Hi, I'm Michael Kosta. Feet. They aren't just the most searched term in my browser history, they're also how we measure things. But did you know that America has two different foot measurements? It's a problem that started decades ago and until now had gone unsolved.
Let's start off with a quick history lesson about America's foot problem. In the 19th century, a hot new trend was sweeping across Europe: the metric system. It was so popular that it successfully made the jump to America, like Ed Sheeran. In 1866, Congress passed the U.S. Metric Act, which recognized the foot not as some British arbitrary measurement like the length of Her Majesty's royal middle finger, but as an exact number based on the metric system, with 1 foot equal to 1,200 divided by 3,937 of a meter. And in 1893, the Mendenhall Order formally makes that the legal definition of a foot. Measurement nerds, or feet creeps as I call them, wanted an exact number, which would help industrial machines make standardized parts that are the exact same length everywhere in the world. So, in 1959, the US redefined the foot to international standards, making it exactly 0.3048 of a meter. This becomes known as the international foot, and it is just slightly shorter than the old 1893 foot. And I know what you're thinking. So America has two foot measurements. Big deal. I couldn't agree more. Why does it even matter?
Having 2 feet for measuring things is really uncool.
Meet Dr. Dennis. He works with the National Geodetic Survey as a geodesist. Geodesist?
I'm a geodesist. A geodesy is the science behind mapping, surveying, and navigation. And I kept running into this problem with the different versions of the foot.
You're basically a foot doctor, right? Or, excuse me, a feet doctor.
Not quite that. No, we won't
Well,
say
because
that.
I was going to ask you, because I've been jogging and I have it in my right foot.
Oh, I think that's outside my area of expertise, but I appreciate you asking.
Okay. So what is the foot problem that you're experiencing?
There are 2 versions of the foot in current use in the United States. 1 foot is older than the other one, and it's a little bit longer than the other one. And people mix them up, and surveyors mix them up, and it causes problems.
2 different feet. Okay. How different are these feet?
They are not very different. 2 parts per million. That is about 1/8 of an inch per mile.
What?
It's almost nothing.
So why did I take my Tuesday afternoon to even talk with you? Why does it matter?
Once you get to 1,000,000 feet, the difference is 2 feet. Now you're talking about a pretty big difference. And what was happening is people would go to a location on the ground that was off by several feet.
This is a nuisance, and in some cases, more than a nuisance.
Right. No, and this stuff actually makes a difference. It really does.
This needs to be changed. You're a scientist. You want to fix problems. You want to find solutions. So what are you doing about it?
I'm glad you put me on the spot because I take it seriously and I am doing something about it. Now, one large group of surveyors called the National Society of Professional Surveyors, NSPS, that represents all the surveyors throughout the United States. I decided to go speak to them directly, and I gave a presentation, gave them all the history and all that. And I didn't know if they would throw tomatoes at me or what, but once they heard the whole story, they bought in. The date of deprecation for the U.S. survey foot is December 31st, 2022.
Wow. You did it.
We did it.
What can Americans do to prepare for this big change? Should I set my clock back? What will the new temperature be? I assume all units of measurement are connected, right?
It might seem like kind of a letdown, but the average American's not going to notice anything.
Okay, so great. I can still brag to people about having a foot long.
Yeah, absolutely. You won't have to qualify. Oh, I meant an international foot long. You can just say foot long.
Okay, great, because I have a small penis, but this is a foot long.
Okay, and I won't comment on that last thing, if that's okay.
Okay, Mr. Foot Doctor, based on this achievement, did you get any accolades, any acknowledgement?
Nothing formal, just said that I did a good job. No other recognition.
Well, guess what? That's about to change. Did you receive a package from us recently?
I did indeed, just a couple of days ago. Something I was thrilled to get.
Can you show that to the camera, please?
This is it. I'm going to hold it up in a way that everyone can hopefully see. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Look at that foot. Isn't that lovely? And I have to say, I am extremely pleased with the trophy. It'll be at a prominent place forever at our home.
Dr. Michael Dennis, the measurement hero who set the record straight by taking America's feet into his own hands. I'm Michael Kosta. You can thank me later.